big charity soccer match coming up this Sunday between the Oklahoma City Fire Department and the Tulsa Fire Department, all for a good cause to raise awareness and some money. Dave Morris here in the Oklahoma's video studio. Happy to be joined by these brave gentlemen next to me. I'll go through the names. Major Corey Britt, Lieutenant Mike Emilio from the Oklahoma City Fire Department. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
And from Tulsa, Firefighter Paul Campanelle.
Thank you.
Hope I pronounced everybody's names close to
right on the mic.
Gentlemen, thanks so much for coming in. Much appreciated. Corey, I'll start with you. Major, if you want to set up the charity soccer match, how did this get started?
Well, we did a charity match back in August against the local police department, Oklahoma City Police. And we really had more involvement through our membership. Everybody was on board and we really liked it. And we wanted to kind of go out and do something on our own, pick some different charities to help the community. And so I reached out to Tulsa, say, hey, you guys have a team you'd like to bring down. And Paul and I have been back and forth, and what we've decided is 50% will stay in Oklahoma City and 50% will go to Tulsa as far as the proceeds that are raised through the gate money. And then in the spring, they're going to reciprocate up in Tulsa. So this is our first time to host. We're hoping it's going to be a great organization and a great community outreach.
It's a friendly between the Oklahoma City Fire Department. The Tulsa Fire Department is this Sunday, which would be November 20th at 2 o'clock. It's out Mount St. Mary's, right down here, just south of us. Okay, Corey, the charity for the Oklahoma City Fire Department is?
Citizens Caring for Children. It's basically an organization that goes into children in foster care. They have different outreach programs, whether it's providing some Christmas toys around DHS Christmas needs, the needy children, giving them Christmas toys. I believe it's, correct me if I'm wrong, it's 4 times a year they can go in and actually get school supplies or clothes through their shop there that's for free. So it's really a great outreach for children in the community that are in foster needs or in other needy situations.
As he mentions, that charity is Citizens Caring for Children. They have a website, cccokc.org. On the Tulsa side of things, Paul, who is the charity you're playing for?
Our charity is the Firefighters Burn Camp, Oklahoma Firefighters Burn Camp.
And what is that?
And what that is, it's a charity set up to benefit children from the state of Oklahoma who have suffered burns of any type or severity. And basically it offers them counselors and also a week-long camp that they can enjoy, just time with other burn victims. They go fishing, they do all kinds of crafts, and it's a great week for them. They have a fantastic time.
Wow, very nice. Again, the soccer match is this Sunday, 2 o'clock, Mount St. Mary's. Lieutenant, big soccer experience among you guys?
You know, we have a kind of a varied soccer experience. We have anywhere from no experience at all, just want to get out to play, to people who have some collegiate and even professional experience. So myself, I played high school and club soccer all throughout my youth, and moved on to a fairly unsuccessful college career and a very brief stab at the professional leagues.
Cool.
And so now I've rolled back down and trying just to get my legs under me again.
I understand that. Paul, you, soccer experience?
Started playing when I was a kid, 5 years old, played all the way through high school, left the game through college, and now that I've gotten older, I've decided I wanted to try and keep my legs moving. So I play in an over 30 league now, which is just a Sunday rec league with old men. So
I've done that before. I've been among those old men. And Major, your soccer experience?
Same as these guys, basically from 5 years on, all the way up through high school, and then competitive travel teams. I actually had a scholarship to go to a Tennessee school, and I opted out and got on the fire department. So
what got you guys into fighting fire?
It was just a childhood dream of mine.
Really?
It was. I have always wanted to be a fireman. I guess that whole little kid seeing a fire engine go down the street never left me. And here I am almost 22 years later on the job, and it still hasn't. It's the greatest job ever. Be able to give back to the community. It's almost like a soccer team. It's a team, you know. My guys at the station, they're my family. I see them as much as I do my own family. We do a lot of things together, just like this team, you know. We all get together and whether it's 4, 5, 6 of us that show up and play, it's just camaraderie. We just have a really good time.
Lieutenant, how did you get into the firefighting business?
I think it was the same. You grow up. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I married an Okie, and that's what got me here.
It is beautiful out there.
It is.
Wide open spaces.
But to come here, my very first. We moved in '98, September of '98. My very first day, I woke up and followed I-40 until I could hit the skyline, and found what I thought was a municipal building where a person would turn in an application for the fire department. They directed me the right steps to take, and from there, that was what got me started. But I think we all joined for the help, for the helping aspect, and for the love of doing good on an individual basis. We come in as individuals, and I think just like the Major was saying, you're surprised by how much you get to love the people you work with and the things you do. So it's been nothing but a blessing for myself and my family. So,
Paul, you're not from here either, are you?
No.
So how did you get into firefighting?
Well, my parents both volunteered with our neighborhood's ambulance program back in New Jersey. So we've always kind of been around EMS, growing up. And then my little brother is a professional firefighter in New Jersey. My older brother used to volunteer. Now he's an ATF investigator.
Wow.
Yeah, my sister is a 2nd or 5th grade Catholic school teacher, so a lot of civic mindedness in my family. And while it took me a little bit longer to realize that that's what I wanted to do, I've always gravitated back towards the fire service and just service in general. So, and like these guys were saying, with the brotherhood and camaraderie you get around the station, around the department in general, and even when you go to functions around the nation, you meet firefighters from all over the country. And they have a saying, firefighters are all the same, just the accent's different. And it's absolutely the truth. It's such a great brotherhood, nationwide, that it's hard not to love it.
So it may be a brotherhood, and I'm not questioning that, but is there a rivalry between Tulsa and Oklahoma City?
Absolutely.
No way. No.
The saying is there's 2 kinds of firemen in Oklahoma. Those that want to be Oklahoma City and those that are. So I'll just leave it at that.
And the trash talking begins.
No, that's absolutely fine.
You do your talking on the field, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, when a guy busts out a well-rehearsed one-liner like that, it's hard to come back off a whim. So.
Let him have his moment. All kidding aside, though, and we were talking about this a second ago, I was looking at the Oklahoma City Firefighters Facebook page, and some of you guys had gone down to Austin for some tower training. That looks terrifying to me.
Yeah.
You're like,
I don't think there's one of us that would say any different. In fact, I think the guys who were taking their selfies up there were probably having to do it in between shaking. It's there. Oklahoma City and Tulsa are both largely involved in the urban search and rescue teams, the urban search and rescue portions of the fire service, and so training like that comes just part and parcel with that. It's what they were doing. We in fact had an incident maybe 2 years ago, I believe, down near the University Hospital, if I'm not mistaken, where there was an operator that was trapped above ground and exposed in a crane tower. And so those trainings like that are specific to that sort of event. And while terrifying, the one thing I can say about the fire department is that I came in to the fire department scared of heights and scared of close confined spaces. And I'm still terrified of both of those, but I've been put in an environment where I can kind of harness that, if you will. So,
you have the mental tools, the physical tools to deal with it.
Right,
Wow.
absolutely.
Well, and we're thankful for that. So this morning when there's a big barn of 700 hay bales just burning away, you guys are able to go there, assess the situation. Hey, this is enclosed in a metal thing. We're going to let it burn itself out. I'm assuming that sort of information is among the training you receive along the way of how to handle various circumstances.
It is. You have to know your limitations. We risk a lot to save a lot. Department-wide, Tulsa, nationwide. we'll give you 100% for anything that we deem savable. We save lives. Property is secondary. We want to conserve your property and save it. But yet, you know, if it's a losing battle on property, we have to know our limits too. And there's no reason to jeopardize the safety of your crew or your other co-members, you know, for something that's already lost. Like this morning with the hay bales, those are going to burn for days. You know, they just burn forever. You pull up to something like that, you know, you're going to be here a long time.
Right, and hay bales are, I mean, you know, recognizing the impact that has on that rancher or farmer is making the call to stand back and let something burn is not easy.
A lot of money, a lot of
right.
whatever
That could be a good portion of his livelihood.
You have to,
their livelihood.
like he said, his livelihood. It's going to affect him differently. Where most of us look like, oh, that's rolled grass. That could be his livelihood for the entire year because he's putting up for the winter. And it's not something that we want to do, is let it burn. You know, a lot of times on something like that, you get to that barn, you're able to pull out maybe half of the hay that's in there that's still good. And it doesn't look like we've really done all that much, when in reality we have. You do the best you can with what's given.
All right, very good. The soccer match is coming up this Sunday, charity match between the Oklahoma City Fire Department and Tulsa Fire Department, 2 o'clock Sunday, Mount St. Mary's. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. And thank you for your service. That's much appreciated.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Best of luck. Have fun this weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.